everybody. Let's get it underway here. Simtrax Broadcasting coming to you live. Appreciate you guys showing up here tonight for the Topside Tuesday brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. We got a heck of a run here tonight as we're taking a quick little peek at, I believe that is Donovan Ross there in the number 5, kind of spinning around there on the track, because we are starting out with the Midgets. Definitely little Spitfire cars right here. Definitely hard to control for sure. The popping wheelies and things like that getting around the track. But speaking of track, let's go ahead and take a look and see where we're ending up. Starting the race out here today, brought to you by the Tim Chapman Racing Corporation here. Limaland Motorsports Park is where we're going to be. 72-degree temperature on the track. A little hotter in the air, though, at 84. Also, races for tonight as we take a quick little peek here. Midgets and Limaland both... we're going to be here for 30 laps there, move our way to Eldora for the 410 series, and the NASCAR Trucks series at Nashville. We're moving out of the dirt and into the asphalt, guys. I know you guys have joined me before on the here on Tuesdays, but we're going to give it another run here. Appreciate everybody showing up once again. We'll go over our last week's winner here in just a little bit, but right now I want to take a peek what we have for qualifying here so far. Brought to you by ABR Setup Shop. Let's see, as we get a couple of guys going around these turns here, we'll go ahead and pop those up where everybody lands right now. Jack hit high on the top pole right at this point. Take a look here at Terry Landis right now sitting in that 9th position. Oof. Little knock right there by the 83 machine. Good group of guys showing up here tonight. Right now I'm showing about 16 people about squared away for this one. I don't see any times yet out of Mr. Jeff Floro in the 200 or Steven Spees the 55. Hopefully we'll see Steven Spees put a solid number down here. That'll be it for Landis. That puts us with Jeff Floro here. Go ahead and talk about last week's winners here. Brendan Lacey finished in the wingless 360s. Steven Spees came in 2nd, and Patrick Spangler 3rd. Joseph Grandy came 4th, and Mr. Consistency, Randy Shreves, into the 5th position. Right now, Randy Shreves sitting in 2nd for a solid qualifying time. We'll have to see how well he does through the heats as we get through this one. That should do it. Flora, wow. Fast time there, moving his way all the way up into 2nd place. Jack Hitt is going to be the one to beat here during qualifying. That should go ahead and do it for us in the qualifying session here. About 40 seconds left, and we're going to go ahead and get these guys back out onto the track for our first heat. Definitely fast times by all of our drivers out there. Appreciate everybody showing up for the Midgets. Definitely had a kind of a small showing last week. I definitely expect to see guys showing up big this week. We're just about rounding it out here. Be ready to go here in just a moment. Once again, like I said, C2C, we are broadcasting over 12 to 14 leagues. We have also a new Xfinity series starting on Thursdays. So that's something else to keep in mind as well. If you guys like asphalt racing, I'll be doing those for the remainder of the season. But let's get right to it. Heat 1 lining up right as we speak. Patrick Spangler, Aiden Young starting 1 and 2. Randy Shreves in 3rd. Jack Hitt will be starting in 4th. Devo in 5th with Steve Maurer on the outside of him. Bob DeGood starting in 7th, and Terry Landis in 8th. Good full field out here, brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series. That'll be our starting lineup. This, of course, brought to you by Langton Mechanical for Heat 1, guys. Kind of short heats in these, not too many laps, especially in the midgets, but we'll go ahead, regardless, get it underway. Keep in mind, Langton Mechanical, they are a second to none heating and air conditioning company in the Hamilton area and promise their customers that their own professionally trained Langton specialists will be there personally every step of the way. They guarantee their customer satisfaction from start to finish, including sales, installation, maintenance, and service of those heating and cooling systems. So every call they make is backed 100% by Langton Mechanical. Patrick Spangler and Aiden Young right here in the front. Keep in mind, Aiden Young has a win in the Xfinity Series before at Texas. Did a fantastic job there. Was actually able to stretch the lead out, no problem. And we'll get to, once we get to the feature, we'll talk about the points where I believe Patrick Spangler still leads this session. But he's going to go ahead and take away the green flag on this start here for Heat 1 for the Coast2Coast Racing League and the Wingless Warrior Division. Still getting around the track here, no problem. Everything seems to be pretty solid out there on the track so far. All right, now Patrick Spangler still leading it. Aiden Young down toward the bottom. Lower side of Randy Shreves hanging in there. Looks like he's trying to see if he can take a peek around Aiden Young here. Definitely tough in these midgets. Good, clean racing here so far. Terry Landis up to 6th. Taking the low line like he always does. I'm kind of keeping this clutch right up here with this Shreves kind of Jack hit Aiden Young area. Kind of with that invert there. Jack Young, oh dog, and Patrick Spangler's around. Patrick Spangler's around and on his top at this point. That is going to send him way back into the back of the pack for the feature. That is going to do it for him tonight. White flag is out already. Man, that was definitely a fast one there. That is going to go ahead and do it. Aiden Young going ahead and bringing home the cheese here. That is going to immediately bring us to Heat 2. Heat 2 obviously brought to you by Magnum Race Designs. Let's go ahead and take a look at our grid here. Jeff Barker, Steven Spees, front row. Brandon Templeton in 3rd. Jeff Floro in 4th. Brandon Dittmer rocking it out into the 5th position. Jim Bowie in the 6th. Joseph Canellis, good to see him out here in the number 1 car, starting in 7th. And Steven Bixler starting in 8th. Good full field of cars. Plenty of guys for 1 and 2 heats at this point. Good to see everybody showing up for the midgets. I don't think the 360s were really anybody's wheelhouse last time, but that's okay. Yeah, we're going to get this one kind of squared away here. Yeah, to me, the guys to really watch out for in this one is Steven Spees in the 55 and Brandon Templeton in the 31. Let's go ahead and get this back up for you guys so you can see what's going out there on the track as we get back under green flag here. And the way these guys get going. Kind of an ugly start there for a couple of those drivers. Speed still holding that top line right now. Fastest time on the track of 15:46. Definitely want to watch out for Brandon Templeton here and see if he goes ahead and picks up a little bit of pace. Right now, Templeton's in a lot of trouble, almost going 3 wide there at one point. So now he's going to have to change his line, go down to the bottom with Brandon Dittmer right behind him. Dittmer sending it really hard into the turn there between 1 and 2. It looks like Dittmer's going to dial it on back here, sitting in the 4th position. Still playing around, looking at for 3rd on the underside of Jeff Floro. Floro holding that top line, just has that turn exit right at this point, making it happen. We'll see if Templeton lines him up for the slide job here. Oh, nope. A little too much. A little too much. So the two Brandons are together. Brandon Templeton now falls back to 5th. Dittmer into 4th. And white flag's already out. Steven Spies holding the lead comfortably with a 12.86 out here on the track. Yeah, Spies and Jack Hitt in the feature. That is going to be one shootout to see for sure. Spies, Barker, and Flora 1, 2, and 3 as these guys take away the second heat.
Good race, guys. Should be jumping straight into the warm-up here. Yeah, I just saw this.
Yeah, great move by all our drivers here.
No problem.
Let's go ahead and see if we can figure out what in the world's going on here. I'm hearing guys. Quiet. That's going to bring us to our 3-minute warm-up. Not too much going on during the 3-minute warm-up, but we will go ahead and mention Flatline Racing Bodies, a quality racing bodies produced by former NASCAR Regional Short Track Champion Dan Chapman in the iRacing hotbed of Clarence, Iowa. These guys are going to go ahead and kind of mash up the track a little bit. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the let me take a look at the standings that we got going on so far for these wingless Warrior division. Patrick Spangler holding out in first with 562 in the points, with Jack Hitt in second at 524. Right now, Jack Hitt holding in second with no wins here so far in the wingless division. Joseph Grandy in third at least has a win, but he's at 502, 60 points behind the lead. So last race he did pass Jeff Barker, who's holding out in fourth at a 501, so he's only Grandy's only ahead by a point, and Randy Shreves in the fifth position with 491. So you see these guys are starting to separate. Each one of these guys has made every start so far in the top 5. Everybody else from 6th on down has either missed a race or more than that. Out there in the chat, Stella, appreciate you joining me here tonight. I bet you heard that that little mix-up we had. Hopefully none of that happens on this any other day of the week. All right, let's go ahead and get back to our live feature here. Having a little trouble with some of my stuff here tonight, but we'll go ahead and get it squared away during the break. Let's take a look at what we got going on here on the starting grid. For tonight, Aiden Young will be taking us away with Steven Spies in second. Randy Shreves will be third. Jeff Barker fourth. Donovan Ross fifth. Jeff Floro in sixth. Jack Hitt will be starting seventh with Brandon Templeton in eighth. Terry Landis will be 9th, Jim Bowie into 10th, Bob DeGood in 11th, and Steven Bixler into the 10th position. Let's go ahead and rotate to the guys here toward the back. Steve Maurer in 13th, Brandon Dittmer 14th, Patrick Spangler, we saw him on his lid flipped upside down, so he will be starting into the 15th position. Definitely tough for him. And Joseph Canella starting into the 16th position. I do believe Mr. Barker may have disconnected at this point. We'll see if he can reattach back to the field in this one. As these guys go ahead and start getting lined up here on the track. Spees and Aiden Young here toward the front. See what we can do here about some of these. A lot of trouble here. All right, let's go ahead and get under green here. Away we go. Aiden Young starting out in the front. Spees toward the outside. We'll see if Spees has anything for him here. They are getting underway. Boy, that's starting to tighten up here, kind of around that Jack Hit area. Yeah, Brandon Templeton in the 31 machine. We're kind of taking a peek at him, kind of bringing up the rear of that 3-wide condition. Donovan Ross in the other green car toward the top on the outside of Jack Hit, trying to see if they can slice their way around here. Definitely tight racing at this point. Devo trying to see if he can find some room. He's had a good bit of time off here from the Wingless Warrior division, but glad to see him back out here, putting some solid times down. Oh, man, that 217 of Jack Hit sliced around that turn. Slide job worked perfectly right in front of Brandon Templeton there. Brandon Templeton follows along, dialing Jeff Floro back to the 5th and 6th position, but we are now under caution. And it says Donovan Ross may have ended up in a situation here. Let's take a look. Oh. Yep, Terry Landis kind of rotated up and caught him. All right. So these guys getting lined back up. Get back under green here in just a moment. Stephen Spees still hanging out in the lead behind the Steve King Foundation truck. Steve King Foundation was formed to help the dirt track community across the country by providing financial assistance to drivers, pit crew members, racing officials, and track operations, personnel, and immediate families of individuals who suffer injury, illness, or death. Want to learn more? Go to www.stevekingfoundation.org. As I'm getting through that, away we go. Stephen Spees already got the gap at this point in front. Aiden Young kind of pushing his way around, no problem there. A little trouble with the overlays here. Garbage tonight, man. Garbage. Stephen Speed is kind of short-lived here. He gets around the track, and then it looks like some guys connected again. Brandon Dittmer, I think, may be in the middle of this one. Let's take a look. Everything seemed A-okay with the 83 car. So, Steve Maurer also had a problem out here on the track. Let's check Maurer. Yeah, at this point, I'm not seeing exactly what ended up happening. It's showing me that Brandon Dittmer jumped to pits. Something may have happened. I don't know if... Oh, there's a nudge into the wall. Oh, there it is. That's what we're looking for. Definitely not what he was looking for. Absolutely not. As he is on his lid, that is going to send him down into pits. Getting us back live. Steven Spees already watching that pace truck pull off here. He's going to get himself another restart here in front of Aiden Young. Aiden Young's going to have to kind of figure out how to catch him on these restarts. Jack Hit sliding down to the bottom. Right now, our second place holder sitting in third. Seeing if he can kind of run him down. Oof. Connection there with Aiden Young. Caution, back out. Let's rotate back here to Steve Maurer and Terry Landis again. Ooh, boink. Yeah, it looks like Floro got all out of sorts. Terry Landis mauled at this point. See if we can find another angle of this. Looks like Maurer in the 57. Jim Bowie in the 058 here. Got it. Yeah, a lot of guys kind of getting totaled out here. Right now, Barker and Dittmer are out so far. Maurer is already in pit lane as well. I don't know if Landis or Bowie will continue. I think the damage got to be getting pretty extensive at this point. That's going to leave us to about 11 guys still in the lead lap here. Devo bringing up the last spot on lead. Steven Speed's just kind of trying to hit at least that third mark here before we get, under green. And he does at this point, holding out so far. Aiden Young still under fire here by Jack Hitt. Jack Hitt taking the low line. Aiden Young seeing if he can ride high. Kind of a weird thing about the midgets a little bit, kind of at a track like this, is that high line just doesn't have the turn exit that high into the turn. So really don't want to ride that cushion too much because you see Aiden Young, really falling back here. Third, fourth position now. And still going back. Right now, he's going to be under fire by Brandon Templeton in the 31. He's about to be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, Aiden Young right now 3 spots back. Biggest mover of the race with Patrick Spangler, and that's to be expected. Definitely saw him get tumbled up in the heat. And now he's battling his way back forward, 6th place. So our points leader right now trying to see if he can run these guys down, at least for a top 5 finish. Like I was saying, Patrick Spangler is sitting here in 6th as we reach that halfway point of the race. Steven Speed's holding out about half a second lead in front of Jack Hitt, our 2nd place guy, in the points. With Mr. Consistency, Randy Shreves, who's hanging out in 5th in points. So right now, a lot of guys starting to kind of crunch up together and try and put some damage on the rest of this field here. Aiden Young, you see, has changed his tune and his line more down toward the bottom. He's noticing that really wasn't sticking for him and hanging in. Templeton and Spangler banging it out here. Coming around this turn. Clean laps by all these drivers here so far. Oh boy, Brandon Templeton. It looks like he caught a clod there and spun him around. Brought Brandon Templeton to a screeching halt, which allows Patrick Spangler to slide into the 5th position here. I don't think Jack Hitt has about got his number yet, but it's starting to look pretty good. Speeds is starting to slow down a little bit here as we are back under caution. I believe Donovan Ross saying it may be an issue with him on this one. I've got a lap 15 actually with Steven Bixler. Let's try and see what happened here. Looks like Bixler caught the wall. Oh boy. Yeah, and just kind of sent it straight into the pits. Let's take a look at Devo here. Because I was going to say, I think I saw where we lost another guy out there on the lead lap. Devo toward the top. Oh boy. Yeah, kind of what you see here at Limaland is when that dirt starts to clump up toward the top. These midgets being so lightweight, you just can't do that. It tries to hop the front end and starts bouncing all over the track, and it's just absolutely uncontrollable. But Speeds was kind of holding a solid line there. Seemed to be everything was A-okay, and then just kind of undid on him there, right there toward the end. Definitely hate to see that. Alright, everybody, back under green as we've reached that 2/3 mark now. 20 laps in, only 10 left to go. Couple of cautions out of the way. I know there's definitely some banging up guys trying different lines here, especially Aiden Young still trying the cushion up toward the top. Yeah, he seems to be getting a little more speed out of this one so far. But just not enough. Randy Shreves, watch him trying to see if he can put a little pressure here on Jack Hitt. Randy Shreves down toward the bottom. Randy Shreves, 8 races, still has yet to get a win here. In the Wingless Warrior division, I believe Aiden Young is into the fence. And he is. That is going to bring out our next caution. Let's rotate this one back right to Aiden Young here. Ooh. Yeah, just riding that cushion on the top toward these midgets just as not very friendly on that one. Not very friendly. See if we can take another look at this, kind of from his angle here. Oh. All right. Let's go ahead and smack this back live. I believe Aiden Young is probably quick pit stop and come back out, try to straighten that car back out. Speeds toward the front out there in the chat. Liking the color change in the tower, you can see the numbers much better on the small screen. Good. I was hoping somebody would notice. There's always a small change every week. We got a little something different going here on the broadcast. And for C2C, kind of help make everything look a little funny. I would say that the change in the tower, I'm hoping hasn't messed with my logos here to the side, but you see I'm battling that probably all night here. But right now, battling to stay out front is Steven Spees. As you can see, he definitely gets a huge chunk there. He had a good restart, but something stalled down that turn, changing his line, moving toward middle of the track, which has now moved Jack Hitt closer, but man, just when you think you had it. Just when you think you had it. I think we're back under caution here. Aiden Young again. Let me see if we can roll that back, actually. Let's take a look. What in the world happened here? He had a... Oh. Uh-oh. I think he may have gotten into Canellis here. Oh. He did not. I do not see him getting into Canellis at this point. Yeah. All right. I was going to say, that's why we got replays here, ladies and gentlemen. Joseph Canellis did not get into him. Looks like Aiden Young was trying to run a little bit higher line, still trying to run up into the cushion, and that just did not work for him. Not even a little bit. So Aiden Young, 14th in points at this point. And is sitting right now, I believe, in pit. After a lot of damage to that race car. Steven Spees, another great restart. He's just hoping to get this one done as we were trying to stretch out the lead this time. Definitely a lot better 1 and 2 than he had last lap. Key is to try for Spees to get away here. And that way he can make the separation. And let the guys battle out behind him. Last thing I want to be doing is kind of taking a peek out my rearview mirror at this point. As they get around there, Speed so far almost that half-second lead that he's developed before. But I'm waiting to see if Patrick Spangler's got anything for us. Is he going to knock Randy Shreves off the podium position here tonight? Yeah, Patrick Spangler still looking toward the inside there. I just think the track's starting to slick up a little too much for him. He's not able to really sling through here. Patrick Spangler starting to slow down a little bit. Randy Shreves now picking up the pace here on Jack Hitt. These guys only separated by about a 1/10 of a second right now as they slide into 3 and 4 here. Randy Shreves with the turn exit. All right, we got a battle on our hands for second place. Randy Shreves might have something for Jack Hitt here. A few more turns, but he's got to figure it out as this will be white flag this time by. Randy Shreves toward the top. Gonna try to work around him, and he does. Jack Hitt has one more time. Oh, is Randy Shreves gonna hold it? And Randy Shreves gets it, second place. Good work around Jack Hitt. And that brings Spees, Shreves, and Hitt. 1, 2, and 3. Patrick Spangler just outside the top 3. So that's going to get him actually his 8th top 5 finish. For Patrick Spangler. Brandon Templeton in 5th. Floro 6th. Bob DeGood into 7th. Joseph Canelson 8th. Bowie 9th, and Steven Bixler in the 10th. The rest of the guys ended up kind of totaling each other out there toward the end, but still great race by all these guys out here so far. We're going to try to kind of round them up here, and then we'll have a little chat with them and see kind of what they've got going on, and see kind of what, how confident they feel with the rest of the night. All right, they are already on it. Good job. Good job by all these guys out here so far. All right, let's go ahead and have a chat with our third place finisher here, Jack Hitt. Man, what a race that was.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I always have a good time looking in the back of Steven's car, and got to have some competitive laps with Randy, so that was good.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And kind of Randy almost kind of seemed to work that high line just a little bit more, and I wasn't sure if you were going to try to plant a slider there in the final laps, man. Kind of what was going through your mind when Randy Shreves was kind of bearing down on you there, bud?
Honestly, I just was trying to find something different than Steve, and I felt like I was a little faster if I ran right behind him, but faster and getting around are two different things. So I knew I was giving Randy an opening, but I just thought I'd see if I could get under Steven.
All right, man. Well, third place finish will help slightly close the gap for you between you and Patrick Spangler. But go ahead and give me your shout-outs, bud. We got 410s next.
Yeah, shout out to everyone on my race team. Me, my wife, and my son. He works really hard. He's almost 2, so he's tuning the car for me, getting it warmed up. But other than that, shout out to you putting on the broadcast. Everybody in the league. It's always a good time.
All right, appreciate it, bud. Great job tonight, and we'll catch up with you in the next run.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, everybody, that is our third place finisher. That moves us to Randy Shreves in the second. Randy Shreves, dude, what a wild last minute pass there, bud.
Yeah, man, that was fun. I just that last lap, I just told myself I wasn't gonna let off and just hold my line, and yeah, it stuck.
That it did, man. And what a wild finish here. Still, man, I hate to kind of rub it in your face. Still, if you have to get a win out of here, man, what is it going to take to get that break?
I don't know, man. Just I guess maybe less mistakes. And then in these midgets, I like my wing cars, but I'm really learning a lot in these midgets. So hopefully, hopefully it'll be soon. Hopefully I can just have one all come together for me.
All right, man. Well, right now this goes ahead and nails you for a 4th top 5 finish so far this series, bud. Great job tonight, and hopefully this moves you up the points. Go ahead and give me your shout-outs here, bud.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely want to thank my team, LGR Motorsports, Coulter West at Redline Race Design, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, Finish Line Repair, Coast2Coast put on this awesome league, you at Simtrax for broadcasting, and everybody for watching.
All righty, Randy Shreves in the 56. Great job tonight, bud.
Thanks, man.
All right, there is Randy Shreves. That is going to bring up a race winner here tonight. Steven Spees got it done. Let's talk to him. Steven Spees, dude, what a wild run this was.
I don't know if it was wild. It was a lot of restarts, though. I'd prefer just to race and try to get a gap early and not worry about people on my tail all the time at the end of the race.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I can't imagine kind of trying to wait it out there. It kind of moves around. You're trying to figure out really where's the best angle to take here on the track, and then just so many cautions, man, just back to back to back. You kind of one of your restarts there, you got going into turn 1. It looks like you kind of hit a sticky spot because it almost stopped the car. Were you nervous at all that Jack Hitt running you down?
Yeah, I heard there towards the end of the race, especially right after the restarts, that I didn't know if it was Jack or Andy or who. I didn't have time to look at my relative on this little small track, but I heard somebody down there running low. So I was kind of trying different things and trying to, on a restart, make sure nobody could kind of slide up under me. So putting it underneath there. And then I think that probably put me into the slicks slick section in the middle there, and the car got away from me a little bit. But nobody had a lot of momentum yet, so it was all right and worked out.
All right. Right now, bud, this is going to mark you for the lead. You took the lead, I believe, last time, but this is going to be 4 wins here. Right now, you're sitting 6th in points. It's going to be hard charging to fight your way toward the top. I know you're about 70 points behind Patrick Spangler, who's in the lead. So very, very close, especially with a win tonight. You're going to start reeling them in, bud. Go ahead and give me your shout-outs because we got 410s up next.
Yeah, always thanks to Gambler teammates. Thanks to Aiden for coming in and running tonight. Thanks to all the people that run the midgets and the non-wings on Tuesday. It's my favorite thing of the week is running these cars. So hope everybody that's interested comes out, runs them. Let's keep these car counts up, and let's keep this class around.
Absolutely, and definitely a big turnout compared to last week at the 360. It was kind of an ugly showing there. I think only about 7 or 8 cars showed up. Tonight we had 16, so that is really wonderful out here.
I think it's track dependent as much as anything. We were at I think Port Royal last week.
I think
that was rough. That was a tough one. So this is a lot. These midgets on this small track make for a lot better show. It's probably a lot easier for everyone too. So just keep supporting. We appreciate it.
All righty, Steven Spees, great job tonight, bud. I think I already got your shout-outs, bud, but let's go ahead and get to the 410s, bud.
Yep, you know where I'll be.
All righty, take it easy, bud.
Thanks.
All righty, everybody, Steven Spees, there he is. So we're going to cut to a quick commercial, and we'll be right back, and then let's go ahead and take a look at the 410s. These guys are fast, definitely something to see. These guys will be at Eldora. They race in the Gander Outdoor Truck Series, but we'll let's get those big blocks out there and see how they do.
Good day, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about Movember. So Movember was started in 2003 in Australia and has become worldwide. For those unfamiliar, Movember is all about awareness of health issues for men. So a lot of men grow mustaches in Movember. That's where the name came from. And just so you know, I plan on celebrating Movember by having my prostate hocked out. So first of all, the prognosis is good because of early detection. So, and as a result of that, I have decided to declare myself the Coast2Coast Racing League Movember poster child for 2022. On a more serious note here, the average age of our league is 41. So if you're on the top side of that, you need to get tested regularly. I'm talking PSA tests, the rubber glove, it's 2 seconds of discomfort for maybe a lifetime of living. Also, colonoscopies, every 5 or 10 years or whatever your doctor recommends, but you need to get those done. So just reminding everybody, it's something men aren't comfortable talking about or doing. Everybody thinks they're a tough guy. Let's go out and get tested for the sake of yourself, but more importantly, for the sake of your family. And, as they say, the life you save may be your own. So we're all in this together, guys. Reach out. You can reach out to me, or more importantly, reach out to your doctor. And in closing, I just want to, I want to know if Marty Sakala is going to grow a mustache for Movember.
leader in our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime, and it's supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Coolray lifetime parts and labor warranty at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
We are back, getting squared away, ready for this one here, everybody, at Eldora. Let's go ahead and take a peek at what we got going on. You see more of a rounded track, less than half a mile for sure. 30 laps to get this one done with a track temperature of about 75 degrees, the humidity about 54, so we got to be definitely careful out there on the track for these guys to go ahead and get tacked up and around here so far. I want to take a peek, show the session and where we are during practice. Who is fastest at this point? Brandon Dittmer would be the man to do it. Donovan Ross sitting in 5th, Terry Landis in 3rd. Donovan Ross in 2nd and the number 5. What in the world am I talking about here? All right, and that's going to bring us to our qualifying session. We are looking right now at our points leader, Patrick Spangler, with 6 wins in this division. Really commanding at this point. Randy Shreves hanging out in 2nd. Still no wins out of him out of 8 starts, 7 top 5s. Patrick Spangler with 8 starts and 6 wins. We want to keep our eyes here on Spangler in the 39, kind of see what he's got out for us here tonight. Wow, fast time out of Patrick Spangler for 12.73. Randy Shreves with a 12.83. Definitely close. Yeah, Randy Shreves with a slightly slower time on that second one. Got about 3 more guys to get some times out of. Brandon Dittmer, Donovan Ross, and Jeff Flaro. Flaro is now on to the track as we speak. Let's take a look here at Dittmer and kind of see what he can lay down for his first shot here. Past the finish line, 10th. 13.1 is where we were. Definitely taking a low line, especially in the 410s. Interesting to see. Normally you see Patrick Spangler kind of riding that cushion toward the top, so Dittmer gets a 9th place start. Let's see how Jeff Flaro is doing out here in the number 200. Woof, 4th. Good shot there by him. Definitely a top 5 start for him. I'll make sure we talk a little bit about ABR setup shop that you see here on the screen as Flaro gets the 2nd place finish there. Looks like Joseph Grandy might be out here. I don't know. We'll see. I see him there. I don't know if he is allowed to qualify here or not tonight, but we'll take a peek. But let's talk about ABR Setup Shop. With more than 7 years of iRacing experience and 3-time iRacing World Outlaw Sprint Car Series World Champion, Alex Bergeron is your coach and your setup builder for iRacing. The goal is to make you the fastest on the track without any exceptions. Don't look any further than ABR Setup Shop. They offer weekly official race setups, custom setup requests for your specific races, and most importantly, one-on-one coaching sessions. Definitely a good thing to check out, especially if you're racing in those official sessions. Not in a fixed series, but more in the open series. Like I said, 4 hour points, obviously brought to you all about tie-dye, located in Liberty, Missouri. All about tie-dye is the official tie-dye of the Coast2Coast Racing League. Patrick Spangler leading in the front with 638 points. Randy Shreves in second with 577. Jeffrey Barker in third with 531. Bob DeGood with 511. And Joseph Grandy rounding out the top 5 with 464. Definitely got a good shot for him. Let's go ahead and get right to our first heat here. This league is sponsored. The 410 division is brought to you by 2-1 Designs. Straight to it, guys. Waiting for everybody to get out here on the track. Donovan Ross and Terry Landis are going to be the first guys out onto the track. Randy Shreves, Patrick Spangler, 3 and 4. See if we can find them. There they are. 3 and 4. Aiden Young in 5th. Jim Bowie in 6th. And Joseph Grandy, he made it. So he's going to get to at least run a heat here. But I am, yep, there he is. He's out there. All right, I guess he did not have time to qualify. I know my wife likes his paint job the best. Definitely one you cannot miss. Even from the even from out there in the spotter area like where we are here. Definitely cannot miss him for sure. Joseph Grandy in the 518. Want to give a little shout out for Grandy coming in the top 5 at this point. He's got a good separation off Terry Landis. Terry Landis sitting in 6th with 395. So right now, big consistency is Randy Shreves with, like I said, 7 top 5s out of his 8 races. But it's Patrick Spangler with his consistency. The only person to get the other wins in this league was Steven Goldner. And he has 2 of those wins that Patrick Spangler didn't get. So let's go ahead and get underway for our first heat. Away we go. Donovan Ross, Terry Landis here in the front. Randy Shreves trying to see if he can find a hole here. Down toward the bottom. Whoa, man, that's going to be tough. Seeing Randy Shreves slicing his way through Eldora here, down toward the bottom. If this is something to show you guys, less than half a mile here in the 410s here at Eldora. These guys are definitely pushing each other away, getting through the field. Patrick Spangler now in the 3rd. Grandy moving big time right now, up 3 positions. Trying to get above that cutoff spot. Cutoff spot being in 4th. That's held by Patrick Spangler. 3 wide for just a moment. Grandy makes contact with Randy Shreves. Grandy into the cushion at this point, fighting that car around this track. At this very, very difficult. Later on during the feature, this track is going to slick up something fierce. Some guys like it, some don't. Terry Landis is liking it right now as he has the lead. Terry Landis leading it so far, trying to stretch it out as far as he can to take home this heat win here. Definitely he's pushing the best he can as the white flag is out. 2 turns to stay out front. Donovan Ross looking from behind. Patrick Spangler will be in 3rd. That brings Randy Shreves back to 4th. Grandy up 2 positions into 5th. Aiden Young 6th. And Jim Bowie into the 7th position. Let's go ahead and look at our grid for the next heat. Bob DeGood, Jeff Barker, Brian Dickens, and Jeff Floro 1, 2, 3, and 4. Definitely interested to see how Floro does with as fast as he was. Brandon Dittmer in the 5th, and Joseph Canellis will be starting in the 6th position, waiting for Floro and Dittmer to get on out here onto the track. This brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series. Your starting lineup for Heat 2. Heat 2, of course, brought to you by Magnum Race Designs. Let's have a little chat here about Magnum Race Designs while we're thinking about it here. All right, Magnum Race Designs. If you guys tuned in before, you've heard me talk about them. Magnum Race Designs, they do offer iRacing Wraps hero cards, logos, flyers, and even t-shirt designs. I might even look into them for a little bit of Simtrax broadcasting stuff. If you're looking at a new design, you want attention to detail, competitive pricing, and fast turnaround times, check out Magnum Race Designs on Facebook, where you can contact them directly through Messenger. They are a proud sponsor of the 358 Modified division. I believe that runs on Thursdays with Marty Zakala. Bob DeGood and Jeff Barker here in the front row. We'll see what they got in store for us here. Waiting as we get around for the Steve King Pace truck to make his move. Good paint jobs on all the cars here so far. 83 of Brandon Dittmer. I'd like to see him slide his way toward the front, but he's a little fireball. Whether he can stay out front and stay clean, that 83, we'll have to see what he's got for us here. Is 83. Brandon Dittmer slides toward the bottom, 4th position. Already got it. Still moving up front. I want to stay here on Dittmer as he's on the bottom, doing the work. At this point, Joseph Canellis sees the same line. He's up 3 positions and sitting in 3rd. Floro took no time, has taken the lead. Here in Heat 2. Halfway through this heat as they come to the line. Still getting around here. Brandon Dittmer move his way into third. Oh, here it comes. If 83 could stay clean, and it is not going to be in this case, loses the front wing, and that'll do it for Dittmer, starting in the back for the feature. We'll see if Joseph Canellis can go ahead and get pushed around Dittmer here, but let's get back up toward the front. Jeff Barker into second. Recently inducted into the C2C Hall of Fame here. Jeff Floro really has that stretch now, so he's enjoying that gap. He's way, way out front here. Yeah, no problem. No problem at this point getting around the track. Definitely getting plenty of separation here. Jeff Floro is going to go ahead and take home the Heat 2 win here. Jeff Barker in the second, Brian Dickens third, Bob DeGood in fourth, and it looks like Dittmer might be able to stick it out here. Stay in fifth. I believe Canellis may have been heavily damaged as well. May have a huge steering problem and fighting that car around here. Going straight into our warm-up here, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta see what some of these guys can do out there on the track. Yeah, not too many eyeballs out here. You guys out there in the chat, don't forget to say hello. I am reading you out there in the chat. I see Stella out there, and I see my wife out there. But guys, if you got a kind of somebody who you think might win this one, let me know. Because right now, somebody I wouldn't expect, nothing against him, Joseph Grandy right now with some fast times out on the track. Let's take a look right at that. These are their best times here so far. Definitely making a move on. But, guys, if you like kind of the racing you're out here, you want to get some more guys out here, kind of get your friends as well, you know, kind of race them here on the dirt or on the asphalt, you can join Coast2Coast Racing League. If you're looking for other racers to join without all the drama and name-calling of normal iRacing, come out and join the cool Coast2Coast Racing League. They've got over 16 divisions racing 7 days a week. I know they do even a GT3, I believe, on Sundays. Bob Light is leading the charge on that one. And then, you know, and we're broadcasting over 12 of those. So members know that they're part of something bigger than just on-track experience. Visit c2crl.com, click apply, and join the action where the cars are virtual and the racing is real. We are warming up here on the track. Guys kind of getting flattening it out here just a little bit. You guys see the build-up on the side of the track there that you saw just a peek of it as we go through kind of a scenic look here at Eldora Speedway. After this, we will be heading to Nashville Superspeedway. That'll be a good run there in the NASCAR Pickup Truck Series. That'll be after the 410 division. Right now, I'm more excited about the 410s at this point, seeing how well they are doing. I would like to see some of our other guys out here. I'd like to see Brendan Lacey out here. I'd like to see Kurt Schatzer out here. Now, Robert Lynch has been out here a couple of times. I believe once, might have been Lanierville, I think is where I saw him last. That was definitely an ugly one. Dan McLaren was out here. He gave his shot at it. He's raced 4 times here. I do not see Mr. McLaren out here. Maybe getting wound up for the Asphalt Series. Definitely not one to kind of tucker out on that one. All right, that is going to do it for our warm-up. Brian Dickens was actually the fastest one in the in that warm-up there with a 13:48. So we'll keep an eye on Brian Dickens there. All right, let's get right to the grid here. Terry Landis is going to start off in the front row. Definitely good for him. Haven't seen him had that chance here at all during this season so far. Terry Landis, Jeff Floro, Donovan Ross, Jeff Barker. Patrick Spangler will be starting in 5th. Brian Dickinson into 6th. Randy Shreves into 7th. Bob DeGood in 8th. Joseph Grandy back here in 9th. Brandon Dittmer in 10th. Aiden Young in 11th. Joseph Canellis in 12th. And Jim Bowie into the 13th position. This is all brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series, the Northeast Premier Series showcasing the big block modifieds premier drivers. From Florida to Canada, the Super Dirt Car Series visits some of the most exciting dirt tracks in front of the biggest crowds. The ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beasts of the Northeast. It's the Super Dirt Car Series. Alrighty. These guys should be getting ready to do their formation lap here momentarily as we get underway. Wait for that pace truck to go ahead and put it in the drive here. Get out on the track, make a couple laps around this track, and then get underway. Be pretty excited about that. And then everybody, I'm interested. I'm really curious out there in the chat. There we go, Stella. You vote Grandy. He's having some bad luck on these Tuesdays, rooting for him tonight. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Joseph Grandy right now back here in the 9th position. It's going to be kind of tough for him to fight through it. He's got Patrick Spangler. He's got Randy Shreves in front of him. Jeff Floral right now on a tear here tonight. Definitely a lot of speed out of that number 200. And, I just don't know if there is enough track and enough time for these guys, to really get that squeeze here toward the front. But good to see Landis actually getting a chance here in the 410s. No wins out of him yet, either. Sitting in 6th in the points. A win tonight would be huge. That would definitely help reel in Joseph Grandy, who's ahead of him by almost 69 points. Speaking of the 69, Aiden Young back there in the 11th, so waiting to see him kind of open this one up. But who's going to open up first? Terry Landis as he leads us to the first lap here. But I believe Bob DeGood and everybody else. Brian Dickens got in the wall. No caution at this point. Very interesting to see no caution. Let's go ahead. Terry Landis is probably happy about that. Green flag all the way. Good race now. All these drivers here so far definitely see how they're kind of ripping off these turns, running toward the top. Donovan Ross has got that thing on really on a rail. But per the time right now, Donovan Ross kind of reeling in Terry Landis at this point. That lead is coming to an end very, very quickly. We are up top here in the broadcast tower, taking a look kind of what we see here from the top. You see Donovan Ross jam him right there into the turn. Way these guys go, Terry Landis has lost it. Jeff Floro, slide job, got him. Into the front, Jeff Floro goes, but now he falls back. Terry Landis takes the slide job back. Sticks him, and now Terry Landis is around. On top he goes. That'll bring out our first caution here for tonight, and what a terrible break. Let's go ahead and get right back to that one. That was a nasty crash there with Terry Landis. I hate to see that one for him. See the slider here. He's got it. Man. Just catches the wall here. And we'll stick with him here as everybody else kind of avoids him. For the Grandy fans, he is hanging in 3rd with that with this unfortunate event for Terry Landis. I would not want to be into the in his ear right now, because I guarantee you that radio is lit up at this point. Terry Landis, I'm sure, has made check out for the race here, as he is going to have to tow. He is out, back on the track, quick repair, and away he goes. In the chat, Sprint Car NASCAR Kid. All right, nice to meet you, Sean Powell 2 on the sim. All right, bud, hopefully we will see you out there on the NASCAR division, bud, that is coming up next here for the C2CRL League. If you're not, you know where to go, C2CRL.com. I'll be broadcasting for you, and hopefully we'll see if you can put on the moves to some of those other guys. Tell me out there in the chat if you're more in the dirt or more in asphalt. I like seeing those votes out there, kind of those sort of things going on kind of what, you know, how many dirt guys we got watching and how many asphalt guys we have going. C2C is more dirt than asphalt, but now they're starting to test the waters of the dirt, and it is, it's catching on really quick, I guess like COVID. I kind of caught everybody, but here we go. Dirt and NASCAR. All right, man. Dude, I like all-around drivers. So, Jeff Floro right now an all-around driver so far in the front. Hopefully he's able to get his way and stay in the front of this run. Jeff Floro right now sitting 17th in points, first in the lead here. Joseph Grandy has finally broken into the top three. He was third, now he's second. Definitely battling here in the back as Patrick Spangler with Randy Shreves. These guys are 1 and 2 in the points. I'm waiting to see who kind of gets on top of this one. But Brandon Dittmer, all sorts of ugly into the top turn here at Eldora. You definitely see the dirt starting to mound up on the walls there. As you can see, we're starting to lose sight of the words. So the dirt is starting to roll toward the top. The paper-thin cushion is going to start being noticeable as we are only a third of the way through this race. 10 laps in it, Brandon Dittmer kind of biting the wall again. I think that right rear tire is kind of catching him off guard. Let's rotate up here to Devo, who unfortunately just lost third place, now in the fourth. Points leader and most wins here so far this season. Patrick Spangler firing through here. Definitely fastest in his second section. Right now, fastest on the track. 13:65 and still speeding up. Yeah, fastest in that section there. I think Joseph Grandy might be kind of watching his second lead. Or second place. Oh, slider! Watch out, Jeff Floro! He catches him. Jeff Floro is into the wall. Holy cow, Jeff Floro is blown to bits. If I'm not mistaken, Brandon Dittmer got it too. Sorry about yelling, everybody, but that was a nasty move here. Kind of catch him here at this point. And then Dittmer's just got nowhere to go. Never saw him, and then at the speeds these guys are going, over 130 miles an hour, he's got nowhere to go. Holy cow. Let's rotate that back one more time here. Whoa. It looked like Patrick Spangler really got into him here. But it looks like Spangler gets around for the slide job and cranks it right here. Caught him. Boy, he is up into the fence. Boy, you hate to see it. All right. Well, we're going to have to bring this back live here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of guys down pit road at this point, kind of mashed all to pieces. I don't know what happened to Patrick Spangler here. I don't know if he had to kind of come back down pit road. I do not see a pit stop time. I do see a pit lane time, about 16 and a half seconds out of him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, almost to that halfway point here. I'm sure Grandy's pretty excited about being up there in the front. Back out to the chat. Stella, all about the asphalt. I agree. You do join me on Wednesday nights and for the big show on the one Sunday a month we work. And my wife out there. Dirt is fun to watch, but you could never run a race on it, though. Asphalt for me. Yeah, that's you've seen me run in dirt. It's harder than it looks. Asphalt's more easy into the turn. These guys kind of just hold it to the floor going into the turn. But holding it to the floor now, Joseph Grandy out into the lead. Definitely has a fantastic start here, as he's already got a half a second lead coming through turn 1 and 2. Devo into the wall again. Ooh, good check up there, seeing if he can slide underneath Aiden Young, who's come up 8 spots, now hanging in third. Mr. Consistency sitting in second. I bet you if he can, if Grandy slips up here, this may be Shreve's race. Because, oh boy, I would sure like to see Randy Shreves get himself a win here. But he's got a long way to go as these guys are starting to separate. Looks like Patrick Spangler already slicing his way on the outside here. Devo is in his way now. Patrick Spangler trying to find a gap. Devo's got nothing for him. Now he's got room. Watch Patrick Spangler slide to the outside here. He'll have the corner exit here, and Patrick Spangler should slide right into fourth. Good bit of gap here for Patrick Spangler as he's got to make up about a second here to catch up to third. Joseph Grandy's lead is kind of whittling down here as Aiden Young's starting to pick up the pace. Aiden Young only about 0.2 of a second behind him here. Grandy trying to hold the bottom line here in the 410s. Don't know if it's going to hold because Aiden Young's got the turn exit and he's all over his rear bumper now. Grandy playing defense. Grandy toward the top as he's coming to the completion of lap 20. Randy Shreves dives to the bottom, now puts the work on Aiden Young. Aiden Young may have to change his line here a little bit, but that's exactly what Patrick Spangler wants to see. Time has been made up. He made up that 1 second gap, and here he is. Points leader Patrick Spangler in the 39 machine down here toward the bottom, looking at Randy Shreves at the top. No can do. Patrick Spangler knows that top line is where he needs to be, and right now 1, 2, and 3 know the exact same thing. Following in tandem right now, Aiden Young and Randy Shreves. Shreves breaks off, goes to the bottom. Trying to find this separation. Grandy on the wall. Grandy is now going to give up the... Oh, man, I thought he was going to give up the lead, and he is. Aiden Young toward the inside. Completes the slider. Grandy back to the inside. But even farther than that, now where Randy Shreves into the lead. This is the shot he needs. The 56 machine out front. Collects with Grandy and totals out. That is going to bring out a next caution. Man, every time. 56 machine of Randy Shreves finally gets his break and then gets pinched. Man. See if we can get another look at this. Yeah, just the slider into him here. They kind of caught tires and that hooks him. And I tell you what, if there's somebody who's lucky, look who's on the bottom. Patrick Spangler. So he gets tied up there with Floro and battles his way all the way back from the back again and charges his way back to the front. Wow, Randy Shreves, man, tough break. Both these guys right here, Shreves and Grandy, these guys about, I don't know. This is probably why I don't race dirt, because I'd be out of the car at this point. These guys are friends. They've raced a lot together, but man, that would just absolutely torque me. He had 6 laps to get it done here and hold off the rest of the field. Now Randy Shreves is back toward the back. Randy Shreves has got 5 spots to make up here to break into another top 5 to remain his consistent finishes here. So far, Patrick Spangler into the front here. I figured he would have had the lead, but it's showing that at this point, Aiden Young is going to hold the lead for us as they're behind the pace truck again. Lights are off. So Patrick Spangler kind of watching this area. Now, if I were him, he's got to be very, very careful. Brandon Dittmer here. Dittmer is going to send it and try to catch up. And especially after that tangle up there with Jeff Floro here in the 4th position, I'd watch out for this 200 because he's got the speed. So Patrick Spangler, let's see how he does here on Aiden Young with only 5 laps to go. Aiden Young holding him off okay for the first lap here. And Patrick Spangler is going to kind of work him. We'll keep an eye here on the 39 machine, taking a look toward the inside. Nothing doing so far as he now loses time to Aiden Young. Aiden Young holding the top line. Aiden Young seeing if he can get his first win here. This will be his 2nd start here in the 410 League. Randy Shreves already in the 7th. That's the move he needed. Aiden Young into the mountains up toward the top. 2 laps to go. Patrick Spangler all over him at this point. It's only a matter of time. Patrick Spangler looking around that 69 machine, trying to see if he can complete a slider here. Not enough speed. Clips the wall. 39 of Patrick Spangler running out of time. He's got a lap and a half to figure it out here. Down to the bottoms. Here we go. Slide job. 39 up in front of the 69. He gets him. Patrick Spangler, white flag is out. Aiden Young doing everything he can, holding it to the floor. Patrick Spangler into the front, now starts getting that half-second gap. 2 turns to get it done. Aiden Young looks like he's got everything's over. Patrick Spangler keeps it clean. He comes away with the win. Aiden Young in the 2nd and Brandon Dittmer in the 3rd. Talk about Mr. Consistency. Randy Shreves in the 4th. Great job by these drivers here. Jeff Floro battles his way back into the 5th position. Donovan Ross 6th. Terry Landis 7th. That brings Jeff Barker, our Hall of Famer, in the 8th. Bob DeGood in the 9th. And Jim Bowie in the 10th. Everybody, I believe Joseph Grandy ended up totaling out for the 11th position. Hate to see it for him. Definitely hate to see it for Grandy. He had a heck of a car here tonight. All right, we're going to try to catch up with Brandon Dittmer here, kind of waiting on him to kind of wheel his way back up here. Brandon Dittmer survives the race. Dude, talk me through it here.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over. Bob, what?
That's all right, man. Dude, talk me through this race, man. You survived. It didn't look so good in the heats or during the warm-ups here, but you survived this race. How was Eldora out there?
Eldora is a lot of fun. I really love this track. It was that Topside and 1 and 2 were really, really thin. I was getting into the wall a lot. I think I got a 6X just from the wall alone. But after that first wreck that I was involved in, I had to go to the back, and I really had to fight my way back. I was trying not to lose myself position or two.
All right, yeah, I was going to say, man, I was going to ask you which line was holding out the best. It seemed the top line was where you needed to be, but that cushion just wears away so fast. But great job here tonight, man. Glad to see you finally get a little bit of a break here, get a little more speed out of that car. Just don't know what it's going to take to get toward the front and get a win here, bud. You're sitting 7th in points.
I don't know. We'll see if I can finish out this season and continue to run, but no, just trying to keep it up front, trying to keep it clean. The penalty points are what is gonna kill me as the season winds down.
All right, man. We'll try to keep it clean out there. Let's keep that 83 all in one piece. But give me your shout outs, bud.
You for the broadcast, Roger Craig for the league. Training Wheels Racing, we got a double podium tonight, so always love to see that. I think that's all I got.
All right, Brandon Dittmer, great job tonight in the 410s, man. Can't wait to see what you can do next Tuesday.
Awesome. Thank you. See ya.
All right, bye, Brandon Dittmer there. That moves us to Aiden Young in the 69 machine. He's gonna be a little flustered after this one. Aiden Young, talk to me here about these last couple laps here, bud.
Yeah, screwed myself up.
Yeah, we definitely. I saw you kind of from the top here. We definitely got pretty heated up there. You definitely had that line. Patrick Spangler didn't know exactly what to do, but I think a little clip of the wall. We're looking at a slow-mo replay of it here, and he just kind of reeled you in. But were you losing cushion out there? Is that what was going on?
Not really. Not really. I just kind of got unfocused and misjudged the turn a little bit.
Were you staring out the rear view, bud?
No, just focused out front and just misjudged the wall.
All right. Well, I was going to say, not too shabby here tonight with a second-place finish. Seeing this only being actually your second start here in this league, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty good in the 410. I'm not really great in the 410. My forte is the 360, but...
All right, bud. Well, with 2 in it and the amount of points, this may sling you from the 29th position, I would say probably around 18th. So 10, 11-point pickup here has got to be perfect. But go ahead and give me a shout-outs here, Aiden. We got a truck series coming up.
I gotta thank Gambling Motorsports is always obviously cool right for me on the car. Obviously you for broadcast and my whole family following me to do this.
All right, Aiden Young. Hey, if your family following you, man, how they following you? Are they watching you on Twitch or something?
No, they just watch your broadcast.
Oh, dude, tell them why are they not in my chat? Tell them blow that thing up. Subscribe. Let me see them. Let me see them blow it up, man. I asked them if you were gonna win tonight. All right, Aiden Young, 69 machine. Great job tonight, bud, and I'll catch up with you later.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Aiden Young seeming to get it done here so far. But the one to beat, Patrick Spangler, I just don't know what it's going to take to beat this guy. This guy is on a tear every single week, and I want to get straight to him. Patrick Spangler, dude, what is it going to take to beat you out here, man?
I don't know. I wasn't very proud of that one. I misjudged that slider on fire, so I feel terrible for him. Went through the pitch, just felt terrible. I already posted, just tested myself. I don't like to race dirty like that, but that was fun coming back up to the field, and it was pretty fun running the top side around this. It was kind of a thick cushion, but a little mistake and you end up in the wall.
Yeah, well, they'll be able to check back at the broadcast, man. I kind of got a couple different angles on that. It looked like you got there, and then all of a sudden it looked like the car kind of stalled out and shot toward the top. I'm not sure what happened there, and I think there was another tie-up with Joseph Grandy. I'm not quite sure what happened there. There was a few wrecks here tonight, man. They were just absolutely awful out here, but you were able to go ahead and put a slider on Aiden Young in the final few laps. Talk me through really the last 5.
Yeah, I tried doing a cut down a couple of times, see if I could get a run off the turn so I could slide on the next turn. I would lose it there, and I was like, I think he got too much for lead, but then he bobbled on the top, and I was able to reel him back in, so I knew I had one more shot at it, so I just threw it and cleared him, and I almost put it on the wall myself. The car didn't want to turn. It just wanted to turn right into the wall, but I was able to hold it and then hold on to the win.
Yeah, definitely a tough charge in here by you, man. You were back by almost a second and a half off the lead. But when you were in 4th, you were second off, and you made that up in almost 5-6 laps. You had this track really down to a science. What was the key to winning here?
This track in Knoxville, I just really like running the top around here. Just really get into a groove as long as you're not out of cautions. So these are probably my 2 best ones around the cushion. So just settling in that groove and trying to stay steady and smooth and reel them in.
All right, bud. 9 races, 7 wins. I think you may have this division locked up here, bud. You have got a pretty decent cushion between you and Randy Shreves. Shreves placed 4th, so it's going to just kind of expand the gap a little more on that, man. But go ahead and give me your shout-outs, and we'll see what you got for us next Tuesday.
Yeah, just you for putting on the broadcast. Roger from the league, Training Wheels Racing, Dad and Uncle back home watching, and yeah, just the Eldora cushion keeping me off the wall.
All right, bud. Appreciate it. Hey, I saw you subscribe, man. Now you can like the videos, and you can save them and show all your friends how you're owning this league, man.
All right, sounds good. Just want to support you out for all the great broadcasts you guys are giving us every week.
Excellent. Thank you, Patrick Spangler. Patrick Spangler in the 39, bringing home another win here in the 410s. Great job, bud.
Thanks. Hopefully talk to you next week.
Oh, yeah. All right, everybody. That'll bring it up right there. Patrick Spangler, he's not a fan of the asphalt, but he is definitely the man with a plan here on the dirt at Eldora. Once again, another win. I don't know what it's going to take to get that 39. Even if you start him from the back, he's still winning. He had a 4-position pickup here and still won, and he was even in the back after the tie-up in the front row. But definitely good runs there. 8:20 is the time right now, guys. On November the 15th, we're going to rotate over to the Nashville Super Speedway Pickup Cup Series. That is going to be a heck of a run by all those guys. I'm excited to see what they've got for us over there. So don't go away. We'll hang in here for a little bit. We'll see if we can find a couple drivers out there tonight to have a little chat with, and then we'll get ready to put this thing on the asphalt, guys.
Good day, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about Movember. So Movember was started in 2003 in Australia and has become worldwide. For those unfamiliar, Movember is all about awareness of health issues for men. So a lot of men grow mustaches in Movember. That's where the name came from. And just so you know, I plan on celebrating Movember by having my prostate hocked out. So first of all, the prognosis is good because of early detection. So, and as a result of that, I have decided to declare myself the Coast2Coast Racing League Movember poster child for 2022. On a more serious note here, you know, the average age of our league is 41. So if you're on the top side of that, you need to get tested regularly. I'm talking PSA tests, the rubber glove, 2 seconds of discomfort for maybe a lifetime of living. Also, colonoscopies, every 5 or 10 years or whatever your doctor recommends, but you need to get those done. So just reminding everybody, it's something men aren't comfortable talking about or doing. Everybody thinks they're a tough guy. Let's go out and get tested for the sake of yourself, but more importantly, for the sake of your family. And, as they say, the life you save may be your own. So just we're all in this together, guys. You know, reach out. You can reach out to me, or more importantly, reach out to your doctor. And in closing, I just want to, I want to know if Marty Sakala is going to grow a mustache for Movember.
In our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime, and it's supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Coolray lifetime parts and labor warranty at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
All right, everybody, and we are back. Nashville Super Speedway is where we are going to be here tonight. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm definitely excited to have you guys back here. Asphalt is where we're at now. I'm pretty excited about that. Back in my comfort zone. Definitely out of the dirt. Go in and take the goggles off, and make sure you want to put on a headset here because it's going to be loud. 1.3 miles here at Nashville, all concrete, baby, and it's going to be tough. These guys are going to try to put these trucks around here. Right now, I've got about 31 drivers. Definitely a good draw here for the truck series here at Nashville. I'll make sure we talk a little bit about somebody out there on the track right now, Brandon Ishkanya. I know we talk to him a lot, but he's got a lot of different things going on here tonight. And kind of what is kind of going on, and we kind of had a little chat with him earlier. Brandon Ishkanya, you got a copy of him here, bud?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
All right, man. Now, we're taking a look here and seeing that you are no longer in the white and purple truck. Talk to me about this.
Yeah, man. I had Epsilon Spirit Routes get me up something done. With the tragic events that happened Sunday night into Monday morning, three University of Virginia football players lost their lives to senseless violence. And ultimately, man, it kind of, as I told you before, all my paint schemes represent something, whether it be close to me or within my state. And so I had Preston get me this, actually within 24 hours of it. And if you look at the banner on the front, it's got 11541 in regards to Lavelle Davis and Devin Chandler and Deshaun Perry. All three of them, man, great football players. Lavelle Davis, he was looking at going to the NFL. Deshaun Perry as well, and Devin Chandler didn't even get to take a snap at UVA. Didn't even get to practice with us or with the team. So it's unfortunate events, and I feel like there's always something in Charlottesville that tragic wise. So whether it be a couple years ago and this now. So I mean, it's just one of those things, man, and definitely thoughts and prayers out to them and the family and just Charlottesville in general. As a season ticket holder, I watched Lavelle Davis come up through since he was a freshman, so it kind of hits home.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, man. I just see if you can put your car in the pit so we can kind of see what you're talking about here, bud, and kind of what you've got going on, kind of with the with your paint scheme here. I just want to make sure we get a close look at kind of what you've got going on here. There's the numbers on the banner. Yeah, it looks good, bud, and I would say paint job looks good, but kind of for the cause, it's kind of a terrible scene. You know what I mean? But at least being able to kind of bring awareness to you shouting them out as well. Definitely not want it to be a forgotten incident here, bud, because that's definitely ugly for that. But man, appreciate it here, Brandon. You here with the new paint scheme. I don't want to mess you up too much. Are we okay to still talk during your qualifier run?
Yeah. I will. I'll be fine.
All right, I was gonna say I see you reset here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got a black flag for driving too slow.
Driving too slow. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's a tactic.
All right, hopefully RC will hopefully fix that one. That'd be kind of dumb. Dude, how's Nashville out there? How confident are you feeling here at Nashville?
I hate it. Like I told you last week, man. I hate this track. I despise this track. I'm slow. I do not expect to be up at the front. Nowhere near it. This is going to be a tire wear track. This is going to be like insane tire wear. So it's going to be hard. We're going to crush off a wall right there, coming out of 3 and 4, and I think a lot of people are going to push into that turn.
Yeah, definitely not taking their time for sure. And I know, like I've talked to some of the viewers about it before, is what you're going to see is just it'll be an ugly showing. You know what I mean? Just when they have the steering angle too low. And then they'll be jerking around the track here instead of being able to be smooth into the corners.
Yeah, and it pushes, man. And this truck here it's tight. I don't like a tight truck.
Yeah, well, definitely to me, I race the Toyota as well, but compared to Toyota to the Chevy definitely tries to ram you straight into the wall here. The Toyota's at least a little more forgiving. After about 7-8 laps in, man, it'll start that left front will try to dive in just a little bit easier than the rest of them. But man, Brandon Ishkanya, 6th place here so far, man. I don't want to mess you up on the last turn here, man. But
you're good, man. It's half a second off my best lap, so.
Man, Yeah, well, half a second is what you're gonna need here, bud.
I've dropped a 29.95. So I mean that was the other night in our normal practice. So.
Alrighty, yeah, and that looks like a 30:57 on the second one. But hey, still top 10 finish, man. Kind of anybody here toward the front that you know you can kind of follow along with.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. My brother is quick. Once he gets into a groove, he's gonna be fast here. Aiden, of course, is gonna be Aiden. And I'm not sure about just these other guys that are in here. I know last night my team we put in 2 hours worth of practice laps, just getting what can we do. So I really expect a lot of our guys to be up front, as long as we can get clear of the wrecks. But I really expect my brother Dwayne to be up in the top 5 this race.
Dwayne Simons is your brother?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Caught me off guard, man. What are you guys doing to me here? Awesome,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Right now, you will actually be starting, if this holds true for now, you'll be starting in front of Bob Light. How confident are you feeling with his pushing?
0. I'm telling you, man. Like no, I don't like this track.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough there, man. So, all right, Brandon, I'll let you collect with your teammates here because your guys are about to be time to grid up, dude.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
All right, ESW is where you need to be. Boom. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get this underway. Let's take a look at our qualifying grid here. Guys are getting lined up. Aiden Young starting in the front. Dwayne Simons in second. John Rayner starting in third. Brad Wetzel, haven't seen him here before. In the fourth, Sean Grace in the fifth. Brandon Ishkanyon starting sixth. Seventh will be Kyle Moonen. We saw how well he did at Talladega. Bob Light in eighth. Brian Dickinson ninth. Joseph Canellis in 10th. Neil Strausser and Tim Chapman rounding out our top 12 here. Now let's go ahead and rotate to the second half of the field here. These guys are definitely putting down some fast times. Jim Bowie in 13th. Donovan Ross 14th. Jacob Butcher 15th with Chris Schaefer 16th. I know a lot of Chris Schaefer fans out there definitely hoping he can hopefully turn this around. Just he's able to fight his way up front, but then gets kind of chopped to pieces, as well as Zach Chapman has seen a lot of that, and he'll be starting 17th. Matthew Robinson into 18th. Preston Cranmer into 19th. Terry Landis 20th. Jeffrey Kemper into 21st. Randy Shreve, Mr. Consistency, starting 22nd. Roland Olson in 23rd. Bill Calder into 24th. Jeffrey Kemper is in 21st, but man, we got to go get down to Mike Cranmer, who's in 25th. Stephen Bixler in the 26th. Brandon Dittmer, we talked to him getting that third place finish there. In 27th, Christopher Berger there in 28th. Boyce 29th. Jeremy Tate 30th. And Lomax 31st. Starting out the Tim Chapman Pickup Cup Series. We'll see kind of how all these guys, how it kind of boils down here. I know a lot of drivers out here are going to be looking at this track, wondering, really where to go and how to start. We do have some penalties that will be served here tonight. Jeremy Tate, Lomax, and Boyce were not allowed to qualify this run. Berger as well, he'll be in the back of the pack. He had a no qualify there, and we still have a few other guys who did not show up here tonight, and they will be serving theirs as well. Who is at least on an area where they're not going to have to is actually Terry Landis in the 161. He served a penalty last week, but he is not serving one this week. So that is definitely a move in the right direction, especially for the drivers out front. You want to have a good shot here at Nashville, and really where you start this race is going to determine where you finish this race. If you were really, in the danger zone, you're in the hot seat, is really between 9th position, where we are seeing kind of Brian Dickens, Joseph Canellis area, and really where you see Roland Olson here and Randy Shreves back here in the 2021st. These are your hot zones. And really, unfortunately, it spreads about that 10, 11 spot area. These guys are going to be mushing each other together, and I don't know how much room they will have. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be tight, but if everybody can kind of mind their P's and Q's here, everybody will be fine. Pace car is off. Barney in the booth. There he goes. All right. Shoulder surgery working out well for him so far as we get away here under green flag. Aiden Young starting out in the front row. getting away. Dwayne Simons toward the top. We'll keep an eye on Dwayne here because I'm a little nervous about the kind of the situation he's ending up in here at this point. 3-wide condition almost behind him here with John Rayner in the 302. 302 gets in the 27. We saw this from Talladega. Watch out. 24 of Kyle Moonen sends it in there. Got that number fixed. Looking much better. Last time we saw him, it was in the rainbow number 3. But he's getting his way out front. Looks like Brian Dickens is getting a heck of a lot of bumps around here. Let's get... man, where are you guys out there in the chat? Tell me that thing wasn't up. Oh, man. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Mr. Chapman has kind of bent this race truck. Yep, we see some damage out of the back of the 37 of Tim Chapman. Randy Shreves also collected as well. Let's go ahead and try to see if we can reel this in of how this happened here. Let's get to it. Let's take a look at this. Oop, somebody dropped off the track. Boy, Randy Shreves. There's that Jim Bowie in the 058 caught it. He survives. But then it said we had another issue here with Tim Chapman. Ended up getting in some trouble. Ooh, actually back here with Joseph Canellis. I'll actually roll it back here real quick, kind of see if we can take a peek what happened here. I don't know if Canellis just got around. It got loose on him. Ooh, man. Let me see if I can kind of rewind this here a little bit and see if I can find us a better angle of the front of this 68 truck of Neil Strausser here. There we go. Looks like we got another shot here. Let's take a look and kind of see how he connects, if he connects with the one here or if this is netcode. Ooh. Boy, that's close. That's close. He's not going to be happy about that. So that's where Tim Chapman gets nailed here. Yeah, and Tim Chapman kind of gets rear-ended. Looks like by the 15 of Matthew Robinson. Can't blame him too far. I mean, a lot of tough racing out there. It's hard to say where you need to be and where's the safest spot on the track. I don't think there is one. And they said, you know, this is what we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of cautions here and kind of where to be and where to go. Really, what is the best angle and where, you know, how do you aim to put this here? And, you know, I always hate seeing the sponsor of the race kind of getting put on the back foot here toward the back of the pack. But Tim Chapman, he'll return. Right now sitting in 30th. Brandon Dittmer did not, might be having some issues here. I think Dittmer may be out of the race. He was our 31st driver. A couple of guys have pit already. So far, it looks like everybody from the 24th spot back has pit. Pace car lights are still on. Biggest mover of the race right now, Jeremy Tate sitting in 19th in the number 63 car. He's up 11 spots, and just below that 10th spot, or 15th spot up 10, is Mike Cranmer in the 70 machine. Yeah, I was going to say, and then we'll go through the string of guys who are losing some spots. Zach Chapman back 10 spots in the 27th. Randy Shreves fell back 6. Canellis back 19. And we saw what happened to Tim Chapman, but a quick pit stop there. He's back 18 positions from where he started. Interesting to see. We'll kind of keep an eye here. Brandon Ishkanyon still sitting in 6th. We had a little chat with him. I would probably say Kyle Moonen's probably one of the favorites out here to win. But guys, light up that chat. My YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. But let me know kind of what you guys are thinking here. Who do you think will pull this one away? My vote would probably be Kyle Moonen here. This dude, every time when he comes out, he is just strong, strong, strong. He knows exactly where he needs to be. to kind of put some of these cars away. I would say Brennan Lacey, if he was out here, and he had Steven Goldner and his buddies around him, but no can do this time around. They did not show up to the race here tonight, or they would definitely be in contention. But guys, let me know what you think out there, and we'll see what we come up with as we are about to get back underway. Watch for that NASCAR restart zone here. There you're in it. All right, already getting going here. And we'll see if Aiden Young got past that line first. Dwayne Simons there, definitely close there at the line. And now the movement starts. Already back there with the 302 of John Rayner. Rayner may have to start riding the lane up a little higher than normal. Oof. Connection here with the 43 of Brad Wetzel. Ish Canyon warned us about this, as everybody's going to get real loose and it's going to want to ride up the track. Kyle Moonen checks up, and now he's rotating back to the inside. That's going to put some wear on the right front tire of this 24 Hooters Chevrolet. But he's able to hold out so far. Brandon Ish Canyon watching it happen behind him, or actually in front of him there in the 19 machine. Dwayne Simons toward the top. And those two are going to link up. 7 laps into this one. Out onto the track so far. Everybody staying calm, cool, and collected. It looks like we got a couple battles here so far. Fastest of the race right now, Aiden Young and Brandon Wetzel, both with a 30.6 lap time there. Definitely looking good so far. I want to take a look here at Bob Light here in the 7th position, working his way up toward the front, with Chris Schaefer, who's already on the charge. Up 8 positions at this point. Now, I'm curious to see, what tire wear issues kind of come into play here. Because per what I'm seeing here from the outside, Bob Light is running that more conservative line. You see how nice and smooth he is getting into the turns here. He's kind of weaving toward the outside. And look, see how nice and smooth he's getting into these turns? Perfect. So when you kind of see, Chris Schaefer down here to the bottom, you see him jerking back and forth, actually starts a seesaw move, and he'll actually burn that right front tire right off. And he's going to need that here in about 10 to 12 laps. So Bob Light, definitely a good follow-through on that turn there. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, looking real good. Bob Light may just go ahead and let Chris Schaefer get around him here at this point and kind of wait him out. Rotating back up here to Aiden Young. He's only ahead by about 0.2 of a second here. And still moving. Hardest charger right now back here to Jackson Lomax. He's up 17 positions in his 96 Toyota. Not too shabby out of him getting around this track. Couple of other drivers here trying to see if they can find a sweet spot to get pushed around here. Kyle Moonen especially there in that 3rd position, kind of waiting his time at this point. I believe Chris Schaefer is trying to battle for another spot here into 6th. So now he puts Sean Grace behind him. Good work by these drivers out here. I think an early caution hopefully knocked off the rust, and now we can race. Chris Schaefer right now looking at a huge gap in front of him by 1.5 seconds before he ever catches up to the front pack of 5. But the front pack of 5 is starting to separate now as Chris Schaefer catches up. The spread between Ish Canyon and Young is 1.5 seconds. But now you got to start finding your guys. Kind of figure out where everybody needs to be and where the separations, where it's going to happen. Another separation here starts with Matthew Robinson in the 13th position. Now he's got a long way to go to catch the guy in front of him, and that'll be about 3.8 seconds to find him. A lot of time separation between all these guys. Right now, Berger here in the 15th position. Right now, up 13 so far. Not too bad. He's able to go ahead and fight his way around, but we'll watch out for Neil Strausser. I know there was a definite mix-up there from a couple of these other guys. And that last spin out there with Canellis. Roland Olson here doing his work with Randy Shreves, who's trying to kind of resurrect what happened in the last caution. Per our timing tower now, Wetzel is about 3/4 of a second behind here. Definitely starting to fall off. Biggest area of improvement is Aiden Young staying at a fast 15.37 between turn 3 and 4. Boy, man, these guys are slicing around here. Good move there by Terry Landis here in the 161 car. Kind of that lime green you see leading the charge of the 3 cars right here in this pack. Getting his way toward the front. Pat Boyce started with a no qualified, so now he's back here in the 24th. But 5 positions, he's moved up. Single file as these guys come around these turns. Definitely biding their time at this point. There is no amount of tires. There's unlimited amount here, but they do not have unlimited amount of fuel. Only about 50% here, so I assume probably about that lap 30 mark is when these guys are going to start running out of fuel here at Nashville. Kyle Moonen close. Only about half a second off his back bumper. Dwayne Simons has fallen off, allowing Brandon Ishkanian to get around, and Chris Schaefer, who's on the run right now. Up 10 positions, looking for that 11th. Pit stops still need to happen during this run. I'll be excited to see what pit strategies come over this. Chris Schaefer down toward the bottom. Good move. Dwayne Simons may have to check up here. No can do. Looks like they're going to stay right now. Chris Schaefer doing a fantastic job coming from Gainesville, Florida. Yeah, good moves by him. And I'm saying, you know, Chris Schaefer kind of being rough on these tires, holding out so far as he worked his way around Bob Light. And Bob Light has dropped down to 9th. Still a solid top 10 here at this point. Don't forget, guys out there in the chat, I am watching you. You got to subscribe to the channel. That way you can go ahead and have a chat with me. Kind of give me a run of who you think's going to get it this time. We're seeing Aiden Young tearing off again. Reminds me a lot of Texas at this point. That we saw him in the Xfinities. He won that by amazing. And right now, he's got about a 2-second gap on the lead of Aiden Young here. Aiden Young really getting it done here. Definitely see the distance he has made. Yeah, not too much. We'll take a little ride along with him here and kind of take a peek, you know, how he's getting around the track and how it feels. Good angle. You see him get real close to that wall up top and kind of being able to allow the truck to roll in. You're actually using the banking of the turn to allow it to turn you in. Great job. Nice and close to the wall. Perfect. Almost a flawless turn here. You don't see him really battling too much with the wheel here. Definitely good concentration here by Aiden Young. Really, that is the distance you see between him and Brad Wetzel there. Just so much farther back, over 2 seconds now. Good separation. Good shout out there by Gambler Motorsports there on the bottom, bringing you not only his sponsorship, but the sponsor for tonight for the Gambler Motorsports Topside Tuesdays. Almost halfway through this race here, and everybody kind of slowing it down here a little bit. Everybody kind of taking their time, trying to see if they can find some room or a place of improvement at this point. Chris Schaefer almost about a half a second off Brandon Ishkanian, who's in the 4th spot. I'm sure a nice fresh set of tires for him is definitely in need. That way he can push his way back toward farther toward the front. But he's got to have a solid pit time if he wants that to happen. Definitely Chris Schaefer's got this thing on a roll here. Another 1/10 of a second for Aiden Young. First section, 1 and 2 with Aiden Young and Brad Wetzel here. 15:76 and a 15:94. So you're just starting to see the times just really separating at this point. Aiden Young with a 15:90 and a 15:97. So Brad Wetzel starting to pick up the pace here a little bit, trying to squeeze the gap, but he's just losing ever so slightly every single lap here. Has no fault of his own. He is up 2 positions right now with a lot of tough drivers around him. Speaking of Moonen, Ish Canyon, and now Schaefer into the front. Dwayne Simons, who was starting into the second position right now, rolling back around here in the 7th. Bob Light has now retained back into his 8th position with only 25 left here to go. Yeah, Zach Chapman, after a tangle up earlier in the race, you definitely see he's got some damage to the right side of that car. He is not going to be happy about that, but he's still making his charge toward the front. 27 car there, definitely got to run off that turn. That is Sean Grace. He is a lap down. And that is because Sean Grace last pit on 21. That is bringing in some of our guys pitting. Shreves and Mike Cranmer are in at this point. Brian Dickens is in. And Brad Wetzel. These guys are coming down pit road. So halfway through the race, they're going ahead and checking out. Going ahead and, saying, that's enough. My tires have done what they can do. Time to start putting down some fast times. Kyle Moonen still sticking it out there with Aiden Young. But he is almost 3.5 seconds behind. Pit road starting to get a little bit of business here. See a good bit of drivers. Brian Dickens especially. He's down pit road as well. John Rayner now coming down. And see a Matthew Robinson right now sitting in 10th. I'm sure he'd like to enjoy that spot for the rest of the night here. He did already pit back on lap 2. Probably with that first tangle up, try to see if he can get a quick top off of fuel. That way he can kind of separate this spot just a little bit here. But that 15 Ford has got some damage on that left front door. And the right side there. So definitely kind of smashing this thing to pieces here on the sides. Keeps that up. We're not going to have any numbers left. And the only thing I'm going to be able to read is on the top roof. Pit road still kind of quiet at this point. Jim Bowie just came down. Donovan Ross is on the way out of pit. Still, guys not coming down pit road at this point. Leaders are still staying out. Bob Light now coming down. A few other drivers. Bob Light, Jeffrey Kemper. Interesting to see. We don't have a huge pile of drivers coming down, and one coming down right now, Aiden Young. So I'm assuming we'll see if Kyle Moonen decides to stay out any longer. And he does. Kyle Moonen now going to retain the lead. Or obtain the lead here and then take off. So my pick for tonight right now is in the lead with 20 to go. Kyle Moonen definitely does have some fall off here. His best time was a 30.6. His last time was a 32.4. He's got to watch it because I wouldn't stay out much longer falling off by that much time. Kyle Moonen coming down pit. Brandon Ish Canyon stays out to get a lead lap here. Chris Schaefer coming down. Aiden Young is out. Preston Kramer and Pat Boyce are in. Haven't talked a lot about Preston Cranmer here. He's definitely trying to see if he can get his way through. Chris Schaefer slides in right behind him there. Good work. Definitely some interesting pit stops that we are seeing here. Wondering when some of our leaders are coming down pit. Brandon Ishcanyon's now coming down, which now puts Berger into the lead. right now enjoying the out front time. And we are under caution. That is absolutely going to destroy this race. From the outside looking in, this is awful. This is really, really bad. Because a lot of these guys will maintain staying a lap down. Because they will not be waved around. I say, you guys just bear with me here just a little bit. I'm trying to see if I can find kind of what happened to cause this. Ooh, there we go. I think I found it. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't want to get you all jacked up because you can't see it just yet. Let me see if I can get the right angle. That way you guys can see what I just saw. Here we go. 325 of Bill Calder here. Let's kind of take a look at it. Mike Cranmer toward the top. Oop. Oh, man. Good move there by the 122 car of Brian Dickens. Good job staying out of the way. I think that was just enough for it to go ahead and say, nope, that's enough for a caution for me. Definitely would not have thought that, though, but I don't know if it was enough of a turn to kind of wig it out here. Because I probably wouldn't have thrown a caution. As you kind of see, let's take another look at it here. Right there. And you kind of... I wouldn't have thrown a caution. I'd have let it keep going. But a lot of drivers out here on the track are really now going to have to reconsider their pit strategies and everything else here, because this puts a lot of guys in the hole. So we'll kind of see where this dices everybody back up. Aiden Young still in toward the front here. I'm showing him in the lead. I think everybody else stays out. They may get the wave around here. Yeah, toward the front of the line here. Yeah, taking a peek. As soon as pace car lights go off, it's probably going to push them around. Some of the guys you see, if you check in the timer, here's a quick way to tell. If you look in the timer, now it's working right. The guys you see that are behind by almost a minute, those guys are the ones that are getting pushed around. The ones that you still see are a lap down, starting with Boyce, I believe, are the ones that are going to stay a lap down. So it looks like from 21st back are going to be laps down. Make sure we give a quick little shout out for our pace car out there, brought to you by the Steve King Foundation pace car. The Steve King Foundation also offers tribute giving. Dedicate a gift through giving, honor a loved one, recognize someone special, or celebrate a milestone by donating in their name while supporting the dirt racing community during times of need. We will notify the honoree of your generous gift. As you can see, the Ford Pace truck is going ahead and letting the cars go by at this point. So far, right now, showing Wetzel in the lead. Pace car lights are back on here. Probably letting them go by, and they're going to go ahead and tick another one off to let these guys catch up. you're unsure at this point, you kind of see the separation at this point. 69 of Aiden Young in the lead, and you see everybody trying to catch up to the back of the pack. Kind of nice of C to see they kind of extended another lap here. Normally it's as soon as those pace car lights go off and you're in the front for the wave round, you better hammer down because you got to get caught back up before this thing gets back under green. Alrighty, and Bob Light right now still leading with 2 wins so far on the year in the points running. Timothy Chapman in second, Neil Strauss a third, Dan McLaren with 3 wins in fourth, and Jeremy Tate in the fifth position. Puts Zach Chapman, Robert Lynch, Jason Sams, Preston Cranmer, and Roger Craig, and that'll be your guys 6th through 10th. A lot of your race winners here so far, but Aiden Young's going to take us away on this one. Fresh tires from most of these drivers coming back down not once but a second time here. Brian Dickens last pit on 26. A lot of these guys pit back on lap 33 and such. Brad Wetzel pit on lap 26, and now he is sitting in the second position. I don't know how that's going to fare with him and Chris Schaefer here. Going to be battling out for second position. Schaefer, we saw how much he charged through the field to get toward the front. But he's got to wait for these tires to heat up here just a little bit, but it's kind of a back and forth deal. If he waits any longer, we're not going to have enough laps. But if he pushes it too hard, there may be a chance of a spin out. For him, I definitely would push at this point, assuming another caution. Because everybody else has got about another 25 drivers behind him looking to do the same thing. Chris Schaefer looking toward the inside. Ain't got it yet. Still taking a peek. Oh boy, Zach Chapman running out of area. You see him trying to push his way toward the front. Get a little move as he moves behind Dwayne Simons there, and you definitely see how the truck just kind of rolls up the track. He's having some trouble here. Good battles all over the track right now. Man, oh man, oh man. Hold on, Zach Chapman, as he's got a row behind him. Matthew Robinson, Sean Grace. These two guys right behind him. Ford and a Toyota taking a peek there toward the bottom. It looks like everything may go ahead and calm down here just a little bit. As Aiden Young is starting to pull away almost half a second here. Stella out there in the chat. Yes, definitely a big crowd of cars for sure. Definitely guys are enjoying these trucks here on the asphalt, and not just the asphalt, here on the concrete. Seeing that we are here at the Nashville Superspeedway. Wetzel falling off by about half a second here. I don't know if anybody can catch him. Less than 10 laps to go as we're diving into turn 1. Some of these other drivers here toward the back kind of praying for another lap or another caution because a bad restart may have happened here, and a lot of these guys are starting to fall off pretty bad here. Drivers like Kyle Moonen back here in the 11th. Berger, he did fine. No problem there so far. Pit on lap 33 with most of these other guys now back down to 10th. Although he is down to 10th, he is at least into up 18 positions. But if I am not mistaken, we may have to have a little chat with Mr. Berger there and see if his number is backwards on the right side of his truck. Oh no. Kyle Moonen, look out. Here we go. There's the caution. I knew we would have another one. We weren't getting out of it that easy. Third caution of the night here. Not sure who Kyle Moonen got into here. I don't know if that was Tim Chapman here in the 37. Looks like Kyle Moonen kind of rotates up the track. Yep, caught the 37. 37 kind of picked him. We'll kind of stay with Kyle Moonen here. 122 gets him. Boy, that bites. 122 of Brian Dickens gets down and believing to Pat Boyce in the 41. Brandon Ish Canyon run. Wow. Definitely a tight move there. Pat Boyce still on his lid. At least he landed back on the tires there. See if we can take a ride along here with Brandon Ish Canyon. Kind of see what unfolds on this one. Let's give it a go. Oof. Definitely a close one. Definitely a close one. I appreciate Brandon Ish Canyon going ahead and surviving on that one. Definitely got to be nervous at this point. I'll give a good look here. Joseph Canellis. Joseph Canellis at least up here into the 8th position after that early tangle up. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is going to be a heck of a run here. Only 5 laps to get it done. This may be a shootout here toward the end. Aiden Young may be talking to me a little bit about Young Gun Creations here in the winner's circle. In Coolray Victory Lane here if he can get another solid restart. I don't know if Chris Schaefer has anything for him, but now's his another shot. At this point, it might be an idea for Chris Schaefer to kind of line up behind, when he lines up behind Aiden Young, to really give Aiden a shove, and then that way he can move up another position into second and have another opportunity at the run here. That is a big if. Right now, Chris Schaefer sitting back in the 31st position with 1 win here in this series. He's only raced 2 times. This will be his 3rd run. So I'm sure he would it would be perfect, for him to get another solid top 3 here. That'll slide him up a bunch more points toward the end. But we'll have only 3 to go coming at the line. This is definitely going to be tough. Dwayne Simons has been in the front pack all night. No issues out of him. Brandon Ish Canyon still battling there toward the back. Assume Roger Craig is probably still out from surgery leave, or I do not see his 747 out here. I'm sure the Salty Dogs will do their best to go ahead and get one of their guys up toward the front. So far, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Joseph Canellis in the 8 should be up for the dog bone here. Let's go ahead and get to Aiden Young. This is hopefully his last restart here. The 3 at the line. Boy, the 025 of Dwayne Simons here looking at that outside, trying to get that fresh air start. And watch Chris Schaefer, got second. Now they're sliding up. Here's where the guys start pushing. Down toward the back. Joseph Canellis in the middle of almost 3 wide condition, squeezes out. Toward the back here, trying to get us a better angle down toward the bottom. Ish Canyon fires his way toward the top. Chris Schaefer in the second. Zach Chapman with a lot of damage, hanging out in fourth, up 13 positions from his original start here tonight. But Aiden Young just so fast here on the track. Chris Schaefer trying not to lose the aerodynamic edge. These guys are definitely slicing and dicing toward the back here. About a 3-4 wide condition here. Preston Kramer down on the bottom, loses a good bit of positions here, and they're bumping and banging. 181 of Jeffrey Kemper up into the wall, but he saves it. Caution is out. Looks like Roland Olson ended up with a lot of damage here. Let's see if we can kind of find what happened here. Yeah, as we saw that mess up with Kemper here, let's go ahead and take a look back here with Roland Olson. It looks like Tim Chapman gets in another mix-up again. Quick, fast repair for the 37. He may have to use another one here. Oh, man. Oh, man. That move by Steven Bixler there. Wow, that was close. Steven Bixler. What a move. I actually want to take a look here. Let's take another shot at his wreck avoidance. Ooh. Great job there. I think we may have had another situation back here. Doink. Oof. It looked like Calder got in the back of Bowie. And Bowie went back and hit Chapman again. Oof. Boy, definitely not good if you're in the back of the field. That's what I was saying. Kind of in that danger zone here. And not where you want to be. Toward the back. Roland Olson going to go ahead and bring it down here. Pace car lights are still on. I figured these guys would have been re-racking them here and getting back underway as we went through a few of those replays here. Out there in the chat, Stella, I know I will see you tomorrow. You're not here in the booth with me here tonight, but give me a shout out here. And you think Aiden Young still got it? I think that would be my question here toward the end. It's looking like that 69 Ford of Aiden Young is just, I don't think there's anything that can stop him at this point. I'm just not seeing it. He's too fast, he's got the right line, and he's out front. And really, he's been out front all night. I thought when he pit, when that caution happened, I thought it put him a lap down, which would have really taken the race away from him here. And kind of unfolded the entire situation. Randy Shreves is at least back on the lead lap. In 19th, Kyle Moonan's on the lead lap. We saw him end up on the top of his lid. He's in 20th, and Jacob Butcher here in the 21st position. So a lot of drivers here just with damage or just ended up in the wrong place, wrong time. But once again, they're kind of in that slide zone. That's not where you want to be. Here's Bob Light, sitting here in 15th. It's just there's a lot of moving parts on this one, and you wouldn't think it'd be so critical with only 3 left to go. Definitely gonna be some definite move arounds. But if you're looking to join this league, C2CRL.com. That's where you need to sign up. You can find dirt leagues, you can find road leagues, you can find asphalt leagues. We'll be racing the Xfinities here in Nashville on Thursday night. I'll be there with you as well right after Marty Zacala squares away the UMPs, the Pro Late Models, and the 358 division. It's a good night to line up for, watching Marty Zacala, and tomorrow will actually be Travis Piercefield running the Cool Ray Hometown Hero on Wednesdays. But if you're ever looking for what I am doing, SimTracksBroadcasting.com, that's where I'm going to be. You'll be able to find everything I'm going on, schedule, everything like that, guys. Check it out. I've even got past races hanging up there. If you're not willing to search through YouTube or your own Facebook, you'll be able to find everything in order there. Per league as well. But right now, under green, let's stick with the Coast2Coast Racing League as they get away. Good takeoff here by Chris Schaefer. Finally, he's got a break here, and Chris Schaefer looking for another win. Hanging toward the top. Let's see if that turn exit, if he's going to get it. Contact. Son of a biscuit. 43 car of Brad Wetzel and Chris Schaefer connect. Wow. That, I'm not even driving, but the frustration level at that point has to be out of this world. That can't be good. Chris Schaefer finally got the jump on Aiden Young, and these two guys connect. Now, let's, from our angle, being the wonderful viewers that we are, let's take a look here from the top. Because I want to see how these two line up together. I just don't know. Let me see if we can find somebody who was there and watched it. And see if we can see out his windshield kind of the angle here on this. Let's look at Zach Chapman. Let's take a look from the top side and take a look and see what we see with this Malcolm's Mills mill riding. Yeah, I don't know if Schaefer came down. I think Schaefer was trying to stay in that aerodynamic bubble there, and it cost him. It may have cost him the race here. But I will see if we can kind of catch up. Catch up with him here and see if we can get this narrowed down. Chris Schaefer with a lot of damage here. Here we are, rotating with him. Clink. Man. See, I just didn't see a wheel jerk here. I just don't know. That's exactly what he didn't need on that on this turn here. Let's see if we can take another look at it from Wetzel's perspective here. A little bit slower and take a peek. Yeah, somebody probably aim at this and probably say this is an iRacing incident. It happens, but in the race car, the best thing you can do at this point is really unplug the mic because, boy, I've got a temper, but man, that would just be one of them. These guys have been running top 5 all night, and it kind of comes to a crashing end like this. Definitely not what you want to see from either one of these drivers. But we will leave it to the review board and let them kind of figure out what they're going to do next week on that one. 3 to go. And I think a lot of Aiden Young's competition here that's been there all night just kind of got wiped off. I'm not saying Zach Chapman in the front can't do it. I'm not saying, Matthew Robinson or Sean Grace doesn't have this guy, have Aiden Young's number. But Chris Schaefer was kind of aiming for that area. He had him. Had him on the jump that time. But it looked like he started to pull away, taking that outside line, and just these two guys unfortunately connected. Pace car light's still on, so another green-white checker flag is what we're going to be lining up for here. In the Tim Chapman Racing NASCAR Pickup Cup, guys, if you're looking to catch back up with me tomorrow, I will be at the Racing Revolution. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'll be in Nashville there as well. Boy, I think I'm doing Nashville 3 days in a row here. Doing Nashville Super Speedway with the Racing Revolution League, and then I'm back here with Coast to Coast on Thursday for the Xfinity League. That would definitely be something. I know we already ran that in the Graceland Shootout Series that I do on Saturdays. But guys, if you were looking to stick with the dirt, Coast to Coast has the Coolray Hometown Heroes tomorrow with Travis Piercefield. And those guys are really going to mash it up and dice it up there well on that channel. So take your pick. A lot of great racing either day. either league. But I think a lot of these guys do return for the Thursday Xfinity League that they run. And it's, I think the trucks, to some of these guys, this is a good run. This is a good feel-out procedure. Everybody gets a good shot at this. But this is kind of a warm-up. Xfinity, they definitely they go door to door there, and especially some of their paint jobs as well. Some of those guys are actually flexing just a little more, like you see here on the trucks. Aiden Young taking another restart here, and hopefully these guys are able to calm down and get this one wrapped up and finished up. Haven't been out here too long. Good run so far. Zach Chapman back to third as they get pushed around here. Oh, no. Here we go. Oh, no. There's Schaefer again. Back under caution. Yeah, it looked like the 27 of Sean Grace got loose first and slung back in the pack on that one. And I don't know if the rest of the field tried to check up or kind of followed him or what happened here. But fortunately for you guys, we got a replay and we're going to be able to do it. Let's take a look from the top. Joseph Canellis in the 1 behind the 27 makes contact with Brandon Ishkanyon here. I don't know. Actually, let's roll it back. Who got into who here? Ooh, boy. Looks like Ishkanyon's coming up and he's sliding, trying to slow down. Yeah, looked like Ishkanyon started coming up the track at that point. So we'll stick with Sean Grace. Gets into Canellis. Oof. Collects, looks like Randy Shreves. Christopher Schaefer gets collected. Man, another great move there by the 75 of Steven Bixler. Another wreck avoidance. Great job. And I think that is going to do it. It is showing me at this point a checkered flag. Because if I am not mistaken, we are out of green-white checkers. And they've run at least 3, I believe. That is going to do it, which means Aiden Young is going to finish this race. Under caution. Yeah, right now in the Gambler Motorsports team, Aiden Young and Zach Chapman getting it away. Man. Yeah, definitely a bummer there. We'll roll back through the kind of through the last white flag here. As these guys were mashing each other to pieces here in the back, you just see Aiden Young just absolutely take off here. Yeah, caution flag was out, and you can kind of see everybody's kind of slowing down at this point. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I say it a lot. It's crazy racing here. Crazy racing. Take a look at our results screen here. Take a look at everybody getting squared away, getting Zach Chapman, Matthew Robinson, and Aiden Young wrapped up here. I haven't seen Matthew Robinson before, so I don't know if he is going to be ready for me. But hopefully we'll kind of get it squared away either next time or this time. We roll through all our drivers here tonight. Yep, great job by all our drivers. Let's see if we can catch up with one of them here. And the one we are going to catch up with first is our third place finisher, Zach Chapman. Hey, bud, you got a copy on me?
Yeah, hey, what's going on, Patrick?
Dude, I bet you this is not how you wanted the race to end.
No. I mean, honestly, I think his name was Matt there, who ended up getting second. Apologies, don't know the name. Yeah, Matt Robinson. He was quicker than me. I was lucky to be where I was. I pit on that first caution, which let me go longer than everybody else on gas. So when that caution came out, I hadn't pit yet. And it put me in the prime spot. It's a shame I can't drive like Aiden and those guys, or I would have stood a good chance to win this thing. I had fresh tires there at the end.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how Aiden Young is able to just pull away and stay fast for so long, especially even in the Xfinity League. But Zach, we're looking here at your point standings right now, hanging out in 6th. And out of all the guys that are ahead of you, you placed higher than any of them. Right now, Neil Strausser did place behind you, and he's hanging out in 3rd. So it should be a good points gain for you tonight. What was the biggest holdback here at Nashville?
I would say definitely learning how to drive that corner entry. Like there you were talking about Aiden. Somehow, he ran all those laps and his right front tire wear was like 83, 82, 96. And, I'm way slower than him running around in the back. And I was in the 70s on the inside and middle of my tire and at like 94 on the outside. So, I mean, that kid, he just finds a way to hit the entry of the corner perfect and save those tires.
Man, and Tim Chapman, your dad didn't get really kind of got the losing hand here tonight, but you ended up banged up a lot too. What was the mindset coming into at least a podium position here tonight, getting kind of mashed to pieces here toward the end?
Yeah, just trying to avoid those incident points. Every time we make car contact, we lose points towards our points championship. So I mean, it's real important to try to stay as clean as you can and not get into people. Speaking of that, I felt bad. Me and Dwayne Simmons there with a couple to go. It looked like I tagged him a little bit on entry, but I went back and looked at it on replay, and that's one of those iRacing things. I never even got into him. I mean, you could have fit a 300-pound man in between our trucks. So I felt bad for him. He had a fast truck, but I definitely wasn't trying to get into him to move him out of the way.
Yeah, it was definitely you guys nudging and budging there, but man, definitely a lot of wreck avoidance, especially toward the end when Schaefer Schaefer and I believe it was Wetzler. Wetzel.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, the
you
windows
sliced
second
through
and
there.
third.
Yeah, how'd you
Yeah,
feel?
that
How'd you
was,
feel about that, dude?
Honestly, it felt pretty good. Aiden Young, he's my teammate. They're gamblers, so we were sitting in the room, chatting it up. I was really hoping I could pull off the 1-2 for us. It looked real good there for a little bit, but Matt, he's a hell of a driver, and he took it from me.
All righty, dude. Well, fantastic run tonight. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. Give me your shout-outs, and let's get you ready for the next run.
First, man, you, Patrick, you do a great job. I love going back and watching these things. My sponsors here, Cool Ray, Young Gun Creations, Brightbox Electrical. Of course, my wife, she lets me do this and put time into it. And last but not least, my dad for sponsoring this league.
All right, fantastic, bud. Nashville was tonight. Where we land next week, Charlotte, bud. So I'm gonna let you practice for that because if I remember anything about Charlotte last time, boy, that was a nasty one.
Yeah, hopefully. It seems like these, mile and a half tracks, we're finally getting some green flag pit stops. People are spreading out a little bit, so hopefully that can keep up, and we'll see if we can't get some good racing.
All righty, Zach Chapman in the 72 Chevrolet. Great job tonight, bud.
Thanks, Patrick. Take it easy, man.
All right, everybody. Zach Chapman, great job from him. We'll rotate up to Aiden Young here. Race win. Seemed to get it done from the Cool Ray victory lane. One mention, Cool Ray. They are proud of their reputation by providing excellent cooling, heating, and plumbing and electrical service to homeowners and their business in Georgia. The mission is to continue building long-lasting relationships with their customers through a winning spirit and commitment to 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Also, keep in mind, all Tennesseans out there, they have now built in Nashville. So that is excellent to see out of them. What I want to see right now is Aiden Young. Aiden Young in the 69 machine. Here we are again, bud. Fantastic job here. Really kind of what was the key to winning tonight?
Just staying smooth as I can, and that's kind of my wheelhouse. So I'm kind of happy about that race.
Man, dude, I thought you could race on dirt, but here you are on asphalt getting it done, man. And the people out there watching got to be pretty excited about you bringing home another win.
Yeah, it just all around hard racing. Just wasn't trying to mess up like I did in the 410.
That's all right, man, because you came in I believe, the debut race of the Xfinities at Texas and left the entire field. And here you are again, really leading the entire field yet again. How nervous were you with the caution after you pit? I thought you were going to be a lap down there, bud.
I was a little nervous, but I knew that they already pitted and I already went back to the leader, so I was already on the lead lap again.
Oh, man, lucky you were. And here you were pulling away. Now, go ahead and tell me, was there anybody on this track you felt nervous that was kind of, that had your number tonight?
Yeah, not really, just except for myself and putting it in the fence. But other than that, just keeping them yellows down.
All right. Now, I thought Christopher Schaefer may have had something for you there on the outside on that second to last restart, man. That was looking pretty good, and him and Wetzel got into it, and it was just that kind of really undid the whole thing here. Did Zach Chapman help you out at all tonight? I mean, it's kind of a dumb question, but you guys kind of walked away with it here.
Hey, yeah, he helps me out, but not as much as I help him. Like I teach him some of the tricks and nicks that I've learned over the years.
All right, well, that's definitely going to help for that Gambler Motorsports team. Fantastic job here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and ask you about next week. Charlotte Motor Speedway is where we end up. Confidence level there, and yeah, I'm assuming you're going to be there, seeing how well you're performing so far.
It's pretty high. That's one of my better tracks, too, and just got to teach some other people.
All right, and that would be a good thing to bring up that C2C racing school as well. People looking to see if they can get different race lines and get you start chipping in. You find the winner out there and you start saying, hey, can I learn from that guy? Aiden Young in the 69 Ford here tonight, bud, bringing home a win. Great job tonight, dude. Go ahead and give me your shout-outs again.
I got to thank Cool Ray as always, and obviously Younger and Creations for being on the car. You for doing a heck of a job on the broadcast, and obviously my family for being out there and supporting me through all this.
Oh, yeah, Aiden Young. Fantastic job tonight, bud, and I'll catch up with you Thursday.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, Aiden Young seeming to get it done. Nothing can seem to stop him at all here tonight. Oh, boy, I hate to see it end under caution, But I think even under green, Aiden Young really had this one in the bag. I just don't know what could have gone wrong. Like you said, if as long as he can keep it out of the wall, he was A-okay, and everything seemed to just be absolutely perfect here. But, everything went great. Guys, don't forget to turn back into the Coast to Coast Racing League tomorrow for the Hometown Heroes. You'll find me here after Marty Zacala on Thursdays. And don't forget to check simtracksbroadcasting.com for everything I've got going on if you guys are trying to team up. But like, subscribe, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Twitch, whatever. I'm everywhere. Guys, we make shorts, we make TikToks, everything. You can go ahead and find everything that we are doing out there on the web. But here we are at the end of tonight. Appreciate you guys joining us. Be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll catch up with you guys later.